I'm sure many are aware of Dana White and, of course, what happened recently. And make no mistake about it, this was meant to go down on the world stage. But first off, let's take a look here at TMZ and the headlines just from a couple days ago, or I should say 3 days ago, with Dana White being interviewed with what supposedly went down in Mexico with his wife. And I'm sure, like I said, many people are aware of this. And definitely what I'm going to show is no coincidence. But first off, people need to understand when it's headlined in the mainstream media, it's meant to happen on the world stage. And definitely, again, Dana White, very famous, of course, friends with Donald Trump for nearly 20 years. Actually campaigned for Donald Trump back during this last so-called election. And also, before actually showing the footage of what supposedly went down with Dana White and his wife, it kind of reminds me of what obviously took place not too long ago with Will Smith and Chris Rock. Let's get right to it. It's a very short clip. And one thing I'll say right off the bat is you'll notice that no one's blocking the way. There's people at this nightclub, and basically everybody's around them, but this person filming has a perfect vantage point where no one's obstructing the view, no one's blocking it, so you get the perfect perspective meant to be shown for the world stage. So again, you see all these people at the nightclub, and no one's obstructing the footage. It's not the best footage in the world, but definitely you see it right there. And that gets into directly what you see right here. Just this past November, Dana White held a press conference for his new venture with this power slap, this competition, which to me is absolutely ridiculous. Let's take a look here. And here you see it, Dana White's Power Slap League on TBS. Give me a break. This is literally going to kick off this month. And again, this is basically when it comes down to it, a publicity stunt to bring attention to Dana White's new venture. And definitely with this all over the headlines, nearly 20 million views on Twitter on the actual video I just showed. So definitely this is an aspect of bringing the limelight, bringing more attention to, again, Dana White's new venture. And as you can see in the headlines, Dana White's Power Slap League being delayed 1 week. And of course, this is to build the anticipation, to build up the hype behind this new venture by Dana White. Obviously covered by ESPN, Yahoo News, CBS, Fox News, etc. And definitely, if anybody believes this is just some amazing coincidence, you're definitely a coincidence theorist. This is absolutely ridiculous. The timing of it all, absolutely no way whatsoever. And obviously, Dana White having a lot of power. Again, like I showed earlier, with Dana White being friends with Donald Trump. That says a lot, speaks volumes. And of course, with the media being controlled, knowing they can obviously keep this under wraps, not give it the spotlight. They wanted this to be out there. Make no mistake about it. Again, with Dana White and his wife, this complete garbage nonsense, I have no doubt whatsoever. It was staged. No doubt whatsoever. And of course, the UFC itself, with the Monster Drink logo dead center in the octagon, or the number 8. And the Monster Drink itself, of course, the 666, Unleash the Beast. Make no mistake about it. So people might say, oh, this is taking it a bit far. It's just a sponsor for the UFC and Dana White. Well, let's take a listen to Dana White out of his own mouth about Jesus Christ when one of the UFC competitors mentioned Jesus after one of the competitions. Let's take a listen to what Dana White says.
But the reality is this. You just won the biggest fight of your career, you know? America doesn't want to hear your thoughts on Jesus. And, you know, keep that stuff at home.
And that speaks volumes once again. So the connections are undeniable. Out of his own mouth with Dana White And the UFC itself, again, with the Unleash the Beast monster drink, with the 666, the connections are there. Again, the slap league, this ridiculous power slap league. Unbelievable how people can't see what's taking place and they're falling for this nonsense like they fall for all the nonsense that is spotlighted in the mainstream media.